Hi everyone, my name is Ausma and today with you we have Uroš Podlogar. Hi Uroš.
Yes, hello. First of all, thank you for hosting me in your blog or video
series
of presentation of Slovenian photographers. I'm happy to be here and thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. It's really a true joy to meet you finally personally. It's been a month of chasing you, so
yeah.
It's awesome to finally meet you in person. So a few words about Uroš. He is a photographer of cars, of different aviation vehicles such as airplanes, helicopters, you name it, he can definitely do it. And he's also ambassador of Sony Slovenia and Sony Europe. Is this true?
Yes, that's right. I'm working with Sony for already, let's say, 5-6 years. And I can say that I started my career with Sony cameras, so that's true, yes. And I'm honored to be their ambassador, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that me or the photographers, other photography enthusiasts that are watching, that we should know about you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe one thing I would tell that people maybe don't know, that I started quite late with photography and videography, so I was not so young. And I started let's say my first steps with photography was when I was 26 years old. So, and then I tried to learn and improve, and today I am here where I am. So maybe never it's too late. So yeah, maybe, yeah.
What were you doing before?
So I was like when I finished my high school. I was working in bars and restaurants, and then at the end I was working like a painter. So I was working at someone that was in painting business, and we were painting houses and everything. And when I was 26 years old, I was not able to do student work anymore. So, and then, I was confused a little. I didn't know what I will be doing in my life. And then I started searching for a job or what I would do in life. And then all my paths lead into the photography and now videography.
So I think this is a perfect moment for me to ask you. So Uroš, how exactly did you find your path in the field of photography?
So I loved cars, let's say, also when I was younger. I had cars, of course, like normal cars which I could afford at the time. I don't know, I was always thinking, when I will sell this old car and buy some new old car, that I would like to have a memory of my old car. And then for Christmas gift I got my first camera from my parents, and that's how it started. And then I started to go, because I love nature and sport, of course, as well. And Slovenia is perfect country for that kind of activities, now. And then I started, just going out, do different pictures of vehicles, nature, everything what I could find interesting, and that's how it started. And yeah.
How did you find your first clients? Was it like for cars, for houses? Like what was the first thing that you photographed for money, if you remember?
Yeah, of course I remember. So it was like I had an idea in my head that I would like to be a photographer, and that I would like to to earn money. To live out of photography. And a lot of friends or other photographers at that time, they told me, this is hard, I'm not sure if you will make it, it's hard to get clients. But if something is hard, it's even more interesting for me, because I like that pressure and everything, and I like to put myself a lot of challenges in my life. and I said, okay, I mean, yeah, it's hard, of course. You need to have a lot of knowledge and everything, but why wouldn't I try? And and then I was like learning on YouTube and reading books for photography, and then that era of Facebook came. I mean, it was already there, but and I started posting some pictures, which I did with the cars. And then one guy who is doing it's called Gorenc, and they are doing like mechanization for tractors, like for field vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he approached to me because he saw some of my work on Facebook. Probably some friend know me or something, and he asked me, would you come to do some pictures with my tractors and my mechanics of everything, and what would be the price? And then that's how it started. This was my first client, I could say, and I'm still working for him.
Nice.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really cool. Awesome. So I think now would be the good part to switch to the second question of this conversation,
Okay.
which is, like, I believe since you started quite a few adventures, you have experience in your experience of photography. So how do you think, what is the biggest adventure you have had in the field of photography so far?
Oof, I had quite a few adventures or challenges in my photography path. I think that maybe the first challenge I would like to, it's even now I still have that goosebumps when I go to a project, so it's always there. So you're a little nervous before the projects, you still doubt in yourself, okay, will I do it? Will I make it? Will I do the shots that they're requesting? And on the second, I was quite lucky to travel a lot for my projects, and I would say that I think if I need to expose one like most difficult project was definitely the projects for Bell helicopters in Nepal, when we were flying around Mount Everest and capturing helicopters over there. So that was probably, challenges, maybe most memorable, but every project for me is challenging.
Maybe you could give a bit of more of behind the story of this project that you just mentioned about.
Okay, yeah, I can share like a few details. So I was like, I love aviation, and we are living in Slovenia, which is quite not so popular with aviations. We don't have much helicopters or planes, and I was like always interested in that kind of things, and somehow I came to do a project for some magazine in the past for Slovenian police, which they are having helicopters, and we did like a few pictures of hangars of helicopters. And then I was thinking, okay, now I would maybe I have a few pictures, I will try and send an email to a few helicopters companies, and maybe someone will approach and they will say, okay, we like your work and you can come work to me. And of course I sent a bunch of emails to all companies that I found on the internet.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any reply, of course. And then after 1 year, let's say, when I already forgot about that, I got an email that that one photographer that they are working with, it canceled, and if I can be in a 1 week in Nepal, in Kathmandu, and that they would like to do a project there, and if I'm interested. And of course I left everything. Okay, who can borrow me money for aviation airplane? That I can buy tickets and everything, and that's how it started there.
Wow.
With them, and we're still working.
Cool.
So, and then there was air-to-air photography and some portraits with the pilots and all that kind of things. Yeah.
And how was like capturing helicopters? Like, I've seen plenty of your photographs, especially in aviation. So how does it happen? Do you fly with another airplane, with another helicopter? So
yeah, mostly we do air-to-air photography. That means that you fly with 2 helicopters, like formation, and then you're sitting in one helicopter. Normally we remove doors, that you have open, you know, and not reflections from the windows and everything. And then we fly a formation, and then you are, of course, you brief before, you brief all the time with the pilots, because that's the most important thing, that they understand what you would like to achieve and how they need to fly and everything, and where do you want to be a helicopter and everything. And then then you do what you're able to do it. And in aviation photography, it's really important that you show the movement. Because the helicopters have blades, and if you freeze the rotors, you know, if your shutter speed is like too high, it's not good, because then you don't show that the propellers are moving around. So it's really challenging. And let's say I shoot normally helicopters around 130, 120 of a second.
120. So 120. It needs to be like, how do you call this so like firmly?
I mean, it's not sharp. Every picture is not sharp, so you need to practice a lot, and yeah, it's quite challenging, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And how many people are involved in capturing one photograph of a helicopter?
Well, normally there is not so many people on these sets. I was now recently in Switzerland on little bigger set when we were doing pictures and videos for them as well. But we bring the models and everything. It was quite different than we normally do, because normally I just go there. There are 2 pilots or 3 pilots. And then we do what we need to do, and that's it. So we don't plan normally, because here you cannot plan so many things, because it depends on weather, on all different things here. So yeah, there are not many people involved. I don't like projects where a lot of people are involved.
Yeah.
I prefer, you know, that kind of things, not too crowded.
Yeah.
And yeah, but yeah, of course, sometimes you need to be involved in big shoots as well. So yeah.
So when you are flying up, is it possible for you, like you have headphones probably, and
yeah.
is it possible for you to communicate with the other pilots?
So yeah, you have connection with your pilot and the other pilots, and you're all on the same channels all the time, and yeah, so it's not complicated. Yeah.
And is there any photograph that comes into your mind that you took either in Nepal or maybe some other, which is one of your favorites that you have ever captured?
What? Okay, let's leave the aviation now, so that it will not be all just the aviation. But if I need to choose my favorite, let's say, set of pictures or something like that, that would be definitely the ice climbing pictures. I don't know if you saw them, with that ice climber Klemen Premier, Slovenian. And we did the pictures of Peričnik waterfall, and it's tricky, because you know now when you know the winters are not so cold anymore, this waterfall doesn't freeze every year. So I think we did that 3 or 4 years ago. And that was, let's say, my really one of the favorite pictures I did over there. Yeah.
Were you also climbing the waterfall?
No.
Were you flying, or how did you take the picture?
So it's when, I don't know, did you been in
I was there a couple of
Peričnik?
times.
Okay,
yeah.
so you know it has different levels, and you on the down waterfall you can walk higher, and then you are in the same level as a climber, and yeah.
And then you just need to stand there and.
Yeah. Maybe yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I wasn't climbing. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to mention from one of the adventures you have had as a photographer, or pictures you've captured?
Okay, let me think. Well, one of the favorite things I've done in the past years was also maybe working with Rimac. So Rimac is the fastest acceleration car on planet. We were working that project together last year. It was quite interesting project. And then if we go back to aviation, I also did last year my first project for Cessna. And it's quite different like the helicopters, because Cessna is like a jet. And that was also flying around Matterhorn in Switzerland, and it was quite nice project as well. And yeah, and I love all my projects, you know. And I was just thinking the other day that you know, if I'm really happy that I work on different fields, you know, so a little of cars, a little of airplanes, a little of my kids back home, a little of camping, a little of off-roading, everything. You know, I think it's good that you do different things, because if I would do, let's say, all the time just helicopters, you know, you get bored somehow, because you know it's always the same. And yeah, I think it's good to do different things, and then come back to that thing, and you're again nervous, excited. Okay, so that, yeah, I think that's important. Yeah.
So what would you suggest for other photographers or becoming photographers if they want to make it out there, also to start living from this?
Just work, study like different techniques, and go out, don't be home, you know, because from the couch and from the computer, for now, you don't you cannot do anything. And yeah, and work on your portfolio on the beginning, and then, you know, I'm sure people will come to you and that they will see all the quality and everything. And I think it's you can do it if you want it. I mean, and if you have that passion, and if you have that energy, and you know, there are always ups and downs everywhere. So, you know, especially on the beginning, and also now, you know, because photography and videography, you know, you don't know what will happen in next few months, you know. You don't know, okay, there are no guarantees, you know, that you will have work. So you need to improve and work all the time, and yeah, if that is what you love to do, even better. Yeah, so
great.
Yeah,
so if you want it, you can do it.
I mean, yeah, that's my motto. If if you have that passion, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think now is the perfect moment to ask you the final question, or one of the final questions of this conversation. So Uroš,
okay,
if you would need to give me and other photographers out there a challenge in the field of photography, what would it be?
I would like to challenge you. That's how I started as well, the aviation. I would go to Brnik airport, and you do a few shots behind the fence of a few shots of airplanes or helicopters, what you will find. And yeah, that would be my challenge for yeah.
Awesome. So if you're not living in Slovenia, you can do it in the closest airport, I believe.
Yeah, you go to the airports and try to capture some aviation thing. I would love to see it. Yeah.
Awesome. So in case you do it, please tag me, tag Uroš. We would love to see how do you do. I will do it myself. Also looking forward for this challenge.
Perfect.
And then lastly, could you tell us where exactly are we right now? What is this place where we have parked with the car?
Okay. So this is this is place near my home. It's called Barje. It's like part of Ljubljana, and I come here quite a lot to relax, or with my kids, to escape a little from that crowded places in Ljubljana. And here you can see a lot of animals in the evenings, and yeah, and it's nice.
Nice, cool. Yeah. Thank you for taking me here. We don't see animals yet, but
maybe they will come. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. So thanks a lot for this conversation. Really happy to meet you finally in person, and good luck with everything that you do.
Thank you so much for everything, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
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 So come. you can tell to the camera, what were we doing right now? What was this?
So we are basically today planned plane spotting. So we wanted to go to Brnik.
Yeah, we will go, right?
We will go now because there was a change of plans because there was a Croatian Canadair plane that is like a firefighter plane, and it was just there. So yeah, we were like, okay, let's go here and try to capture a few.
So, and we got them.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's go. We got them. Nice, nice. High five. Hey. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I thought it's gonna be easier. Crazy. But it's fun.
All right.